Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Alan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Welcome, one and all. Alan screwed the timing up. Welcome to the 65th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast, proudly brought to you on the Pop Culture Pros Network. So, Fred, did that freak you out a little bit, the intro?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was,
good,
man.
That's some high-level effects. We ain't got that kind of budget. Not yet. We're working on it. But welcome to the show. Thank you guys all for joining us. Welcome to the show, Fred. How are you this evening?
Oh, man, I'm maxing, relaxing, chilling, and dealing.
Something cooling and shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
That's it. I'm glad you caught
a couple of me's were up to no good. Well, and of course, it wouldn't be the Black Lincoln Collective on the Pop Culture Pros Network without our old buddy Alan. Alan, how's it going tonight? How are the ones and twos? Still in
the ones and twos are good. The plastic box is still going.
The button that says record box is still good. Works.
It still works.
Good. Well, let's start off the show. I have to give a shout out to our hundreds of listeners that showed up for Streets of Fire on Friday for our guest appearance. Unfortunately, of course, Alan wasn't able to make it, but Fred and I were, we were appreciating all the free drinks and all the boobies that you showed us. Fred really enjoyed that.
Yep, that was a pair of boobies.
Right? You remember that?
That guy was
good
cool.
Times. Good times. Well, seriously though, we did go. We had a great time. Doubles bars, awesome.
Man. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So
it was pretty cool.
I had some things come up.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
So I had a shitty situation.
No one wants to hear that at all. But the guys showed up. They rocked out. It was a great show, and we can't wait to go do it again sometime.
Now,
Fred,
like I said, I didn't really even though they were on the show, I didn't listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? I listened to
right. Well, okay.
And I didn't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? But those guys were really good. They good.
Sounded significantly better in person than they did on the recording.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
And they rocked it out. I mean, they did.
Live music always sounds better, though, man.
Yeah, it does. And beers always help.
Yeah,
I mean, everything sounds better after a few beers. They're like, you want to go jump over a fucking well? And you're like, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah,
great idea.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
Hey, let's see if we can ride a skateboard over the Grand Canyon. You're like, yep, I do. Hell yeah.
You've been one of them wingy suits.
I throw a football over a mountain. when I've had 3 beers, I can throw a football over a mountain. Well, Fred, it's funny. So after we left that show the other night, I went to a gas station because I was like, it's midnight. I'd love a hot dog. When is it not a good idea at midnight to get a gas station hot dog?
I did see you going to the gas station. Yeah,
I did. Good times. And then, Fred, while I was at the gas station, it was pretty busy for midnight, which is weird, but it was right off the interstate. So no, I'm not going to shout them out. So I was getting the gas station hot dog off the roller with Jiggy, and there was this old, very Southern, very, I'm going to say, interesting looking gentleman who you ever see. Okay, so this is going to sound bad, but you ever see people and you're like, that guy, when that guy was made, they didn't put the parts in the right order. And I don't mean that in a weird leg or anything. It's just some people look like they weren't built by the professional people who build other people. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? They just look.
It was built by the third shift.
It was the
I'm just saying,
beach.
yeah, he was built by the new guy, like training or something. I don't know, but like he's just shaped weird, looked weird all over, and that's fine. I mean, I don't give a shit what you look like. That's not what's important.
Right.
But what's important is what you say, Fred. And as I was going to check out with my delicious hot dog covered in bathed in 68-hour-old chili and covered in the onions of despair and regret with a little bit of mustard and some hot sauce, the guy looks at me and he says, "Son, you know what the problem with today is?" And I go, "Oh shit, it's too late for this shit. Like I can't, it's midnight, man. I can't even get into this philosophical shit." Right. And I was like, "No, sir, I think everything seems okay." He's like, "No, let me tell you the problem today." And like, there's like a decent amount of people in there. He's like, "You know what? Don't nobody speak English no more." And I couldn't like it boggled my mind in English where everyone else in there was speaking English just liberally.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, I mean, everyone was speaking English. No, there was no one of like foreign descent in there. Right. And even if they were, they could speak English. Yeah. But like he was just dead set on it. Like he was just like, "Hey, that's what's wrong with the world. Ain't nobody speaking English." And I'm like, "You are the one who's speaking the least legible English out of everyone in this place. Like you're the one who's like, get no gibbet, you know." And I'm like, that's borderline, not English. He's like, "You can't get in bit Joe, get on bit on you, and then get Joe."
Yeah.
And it was just it was an experience that reminded me everyone is fucking crazy sometimes. Yeah. I was just like, dude, this guy. But you know what, Fred? And you know what, honestly, I knew I was in for trouble, Fred, because when I locked eyes with him, which was my mistake for looking at a person in the face sometimes. You shouldn't look him in the eyes. Yeah, I mean. And he did have overalls on, which they complimented his figure quite well. Because again, he looks like a guy who would wear overalls all the time, like leisurely, because he thinks they're cool still. But when I looked at looked at his overalls and I was like, "Oh, look at this lovely gentleman," or whatever. Yeah. And he looked at his mustache. He had a mustache, of course.
He didn't give you his pronouns.
It didn't. No, he didn't know what pronouns meant in more ways than one. Like he didn't have pronouns, not because he didn't know if he was a he or a him, but because he didn't know what part of speech that was. He's like, "My pronouns are boots." And you're like, "What the fuck?" My pronouns are lasagna and chicken fried steak. And you're like, "That's not how this works." But his mustache, like I said, he had a mustache, and I was like, "Oh, that's not a great mustache." Like,
he didn't have a styling mustache.
No, and that was should have been my first hint that like this guy is not with it. Just saying, because we value mustaches on this show, and I'm thinking about growing out my mustache now. I've been thinking about that. I would love to do a handlebar mustache.
I can't.
I can do it.
I can't.
Alan could do it. No, you can't. Well, it's not your style, though. You don't need all that mustache. You don't need all that.
No, I have the tiny mustache. I got the Indigo Montoya. That's what I like to rock.
Well, yeah, but yours is like taste. Yeah. The good thing about your mustache is like it grows and then it's like it's done.
Yeah,
I don't think do you ever trim it? Do you ever do it?
I do, man. Like it'll start hanging over my lip.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I get a little bit. I gotta cut
hate
this,
that feeling.
Man. But it's like a month though. You know what I'm saying? It's like it takes a month for it to get over my lip. And
dude.
I try to just cut it and let it like bush up, but it won't even do that.
Right,
man. It just looks so weird on me.
Sad. But see, yours doesn't look like it's poorly drawn on. Like his did. His looked like it was just like, and he was also like 50 something, probably 60 years old.
So he had like a 13-year-old guy's mustache.
He just had a mustache that looks like he might.
He did the 13-year-old boy when he has.
Okay, here's the kind of mustache he had. He had the kind of mustache that a person has if they had like never really trimmed their mustache, but they like smoke cigarette butts. You know what I'm saying? So like they light the cigarette butts really close to their mustache because they're like, that's all they smoke is like the butts of cigarettes, not the whole thing. And so like their mustache is like burnt down in parts, like, you know what I mean? So it looked like, I was like, damn, that guy's like been lighting some shit near his face, real near his face, near that stash.
Oh, it's like the guy at the bar. He tried to light that cigarette. You know that guy? He tried to light the cigarette. They had a fire. They had a fire pit outside. This guy, he thought it was gonna be cool. There was like
that was hilarious.
The car, Casey ripped off some paper, stuck it in the fire, and then stuck it. He tried to light the cigarette off the fire, and the flame just like blew up in his face. And he was like, "Oh shit!"
He's like, "Why did y'all warn me?" And I'm like, "You pretty much just did it, dude." Like,
I was like about to pull my camera out. I should have pulled it.
Yeah, I know, dude. Once he picked up that thing, I should have like, here we go. But then we didn't know the guy, and it would have been rude. Yeah. Turns out, one of our favorite listeners.
There you go.
So wherever you are, burnt face guy, thanks for listening. If you're listening, Bernie face, then thank you very much for listening. But no, so then, of course, like I said, the guy had to drive. The guy drove off, or I got in the car. I was like, "Yes, sir," whatever. After he said that, because again, like I'm like, I can't. Like there was no words I could say. And there's no way that you can like convince somebody that English isn't disappearing. I guess I don't even feel I can't even say that like legitimately like he believes that. But like what was I supposed to say? That's why I was like okay, and like
should have been like no hablo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have been like oh you're right, Alan. In retrospect,
yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah.
No speak English.
Yeah, I could have just made up gibberish. He wouldn't know.
Gibberish French. Yeah, gibberish French.
So, I'm your worst nightmare, sir. I am the Frenchman with the English voice. And then I'm like, what the shit? I don't understand anything you're saying. Have you ever seen? There was somebody who did that who like. They were like they memorized. They were like from another country, and they only memorized the things that like a few words. And one of them was like, "I know that I sound like I can speak English, but I only know the words that I'm saying. Like I don't know what these words mean."
In the sentence,
I can't remember what that was from, but that was hilarious. And like that's what I should have done.
Family Guy. I think it was like Family Guy.
It might have been. Oh yeah, and also, it might have been.
This phrase explaining. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that was.
That's the way to do it, though. That is fun.
Yeah.
Well, at times, I mean, that's a funny premise.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Man, like, I don't know. Do you still watch Family Guy?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Is it still funny?
Like,
I don't even know, dude. I haven't watched it.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched it.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it?
Yeah.
It is.
The episodes that I watch are funny.
Still the new ones I watched. Seriously, I haven't watched it in like at least 5 years.
Honestly, they're funnier to me than Simpsons now. Simpsons aren't funny to me no more.
The Simpsons has become like a different kind of show. Like it's still a comedy, but it's like a light comedy. Like where they're not they've kind of moved to like from focusing on the jokes part of it to like focusing on the story, I think. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they've done that. It's just I don't know.
What story? They never grow up.
Well, no, I mean, like the story of whatever the episode was, like they'll.
Oh, okay.
It'll be like, here's what's happening, and then we'll throw a couple of jokes in there related to that or whatever.
Well, see, what I liked about The Simpsons before was the first thing that they would show in the show had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to do that no more. It's I don't know. It's just not the same.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I still watch it, of course, but
Yeah. What do you ever watch on the old episodes?
How many episodes?
Yeah, I watch the old episodes all the time. Yeah. I mean,
there's been a lot.
It was like 3,000.
It
was like 3,000 episodes.
No, I don't think it was that.
50,000 episodes.
28 years or
Alan.
something like that.
7?
Take a guess, Alan.
I'd say about 4,200.
Okay. Fred, do you want to take a guess?
That's what I was going to say, about 5.
You guys are
5,000.
both significantly wrong.
Really?
There's 731 episodes of The Simpsons.
700?
No.
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
700?
How many seasons have they been on? What, 30?
30 seasons?
I don't know how many.
Wow. They're on 20 years or 30 years.
Yeah, at least. Since
where did
87, 88.
34 years. 34
where did
seasons.
do you know they got their start?
Tracy Ullman Show.
That's it.
Yeah.
So 731 episodes divided by 34 seasons. Let me do the math in my head real quick. 21.5 episodes per season. So beep boop. That was my brain working at maximum capacity. So I'm going to be shut down for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, I guess about 700-800 episodes. Yeah, I guess. But man, it seems like it's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. And but like it's funny because you watch it. So like, you know, I'm by no means like a guy who loves Disney Plus or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But The Simpsons are on, you know, on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And like you'll watch it. I'll be like, I'm just gonna randomly pick like a place here. Like I'm gonna pick season 4, episode 8 to watch, like to start, you know, to watch a couple episodes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like no matter what I do, and it might just be bias on my end, but I feel like no matter what I do, I always end up watching the exact same episodes. And it's not, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if I've just seen them all so many times that I feel like I know them all.
It's the curse.
You know
of
what I
The
mean?
Simpsons.
Yeah, see,
I
watch
mean,
them
it's
on
weird.
TV. When I get home, they're on FX, so I just turn the TV on, and whatever's on, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But you know, I do love The Simpsons. Like that was my mom had this thing where she knew okay, so it's like growing up, I'm sure you probably experienced this too. Growing up, like when The Simpsons first came out, they were like the most controversial thing on television.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch.
Right, I wasn't either.
Really?
They're like, oh yeah, no, I was really unallowed to watch. Like, it was crazy.
I think I wanted to buy a Bart Simpson shirt, and they was like,
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah, like no, not in this house.
Yeah, ain't no damn Bart Simpson in here. Eat your own damn shorts.
Right, ain't nobody eating these shorts, son of a bitch. El Barto, that ain't even English. That's what's destroying the TV. That dude was probably saying that back then. But so I was like never really allowed to watch it or anything either. And then when I was like, Mom, I'm gonna watch it. Like I like it. And I was like 15, 16, where she kind of was like, all right, whatever, you know, I've done enough now. You can from here, you got to take it out on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Like, and you're gonna do a bad job. And I'm gonna tell you how bad a job you're doing no matter what. But you know, I'm gonna let you fly, little bird. So but she had this thing like where for like literally for like 15 years, she knew I liked The Simpsons. So every year I would get for Christmas, I would get something Simpsons related every year. And like without fail, and like nothing else really. Like nothing. It would be like, I got you a Simpsons cup. And I'm like, okay.
That Art Simpson snow cone maker.
Yeah, no, I kept getting like games, like every time they come out with a new Simpsons game, I guess. Not like video game. Like my mom knows, like I'm a single guy, I'm 23 years old, nothing better than like, you know, what is it? Simpsons Monopoly.
Simpsons Monopoly.
Yeah, and I'm like, thanks. I don't know what to do with this. Like, you know. But then it would be like, here, I saved this box of
Simpsons
cereal.
I want to come over and play Simpsons Monopoly.
Right, like, so, bro.
Actually, we would.
Yeah. Well, that's because we all.
Yeah, we cheat.
But yeah, so for years and years, she'd always just get every time like Simpsons this, Simpsons that. And I mean, it was cool. It was sweet of her to do it. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, I'm like, I mean, I guess I still like them. Like, I don't know. I never watched, you know, like you take years off of that. That's the thing about the show is like you can just take years off of it and go back to it. And you're like, yeah, still a good show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still a good show.
Same with Family Guy though.
I mean, the
Family
first
Guy's still funny.
The first part of Family Guy was hilarious. I mean, it was like,
it really was.
Yeah. No, I remember watching that and being like, this is my favorite show now. Because it was so random.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so fit. Like, it was like The Simpsons times 10.
So good, man. The jokes were just like perfectly placed. And the
stupidity of it was like,
the stupidity of it. The stupidity of Peter.
And well, like him fighting that chicken.
Yeah.
Or just like that epic
callbacks.
chicken
They do
fight.
a lot of callbacks, which are cool.
Yeah, like callbacks. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We try to do callbacks too. We never get them.
Tater bits.
It was like, what? What's that mean? So they're not paying right now. Tater Bits owes us $68,000 in royalties. So just from our thousands of listeners that bought Tater Mitts, thank you guys very much for that.
Yeah.
Now please write the Tater Mitts Corporation of Ogden, Utah, a letter saying give the Motley Crue Collective their money, bitch. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you didn't know Tater Mitts was based in Ogden, Utah, Fred? That's a real place.
Yeah, it is a real place.
I didn't just pull that out of my ass. That is a real place.
I used to work at a job. We ship shipments to Ogden.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Ogden, big Big Mitt area. It's the Mitt capital of the U.S. Potato Mitts, oven mitts, all over the train right in Ogden, Utah.
Don't you come in here with no gloves. This is a Mitt only town.
We a Mitt County, boy.
Yeah, here in Mitt County.
What are you doing them fingerless gloves? You're a rebel. You're not welcome here to murder.
Keep the children away from him.
I can't even say. I don't know the word for mitt in any other language. Alex, what is the word for mitt in Spanish?
I don't know.
I wanted to do a callback and I plugged it because I couldn't think of a word that was mitt in any other language.
I don't know. I bet my brother's right now saying it, but I don't know it.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Eric. Eric, I'm glad you're doing okay, buddy. Just keep hanging in there. We love you. So glad you were able to almost make it out, and you know we would have bought you a beer. But so we got to get this. We got to get paid. And I don't remember what we're talking about now. But let me tell you this, Fred. No, before that. Before we're talking about
that. Just segue into the next thing.
The guy that
go 1, 2, 3, go.
The guy that was what? I need to know. 1, 2, 3, go is not a good thing to talk about. I can tell you all about that shit.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go is a popular kids YouTube channel where they do the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen in your life, and it's like all life hacks all the time. And they'll be like, "Oh, like there's one. Oh, you got a fork, but you have soup. So what you do is I swear to God, you get a paper cup and you cut the top of it off, so it's only about that big. Then you stick the fork through the paper cup, and that makes a handle, and then you eat soup with it. And they have like 20 million views. Like it's always something like that. It's all
you put both hands on the bowl and you just.
I'm telling you, yeah, or that, or just be like, where is this place that I have access to soup and no spoon?
Yeah.
Where am I eating this at that there's no spoon anywhere?
Taste the soup.
Yeah.
Just taste the soup. Soup too cold? Just taste the soup. Where's the spoon?
But yeah, no, that's one of the worst stations, like the worst YouTube things that there is. Like, they're always like all about sneaking candy into stuff.
I will not. I think I have.
You probably have seen it. There's a bunch of channels like this.
Yeah, when they sneak, come on, they got to sneak the candy into the movie.
Yeah, they're like, what do you do when your teacher says you can't have candy in class? Put your candy up, and then they're like, I have a great idea. What if I take out the lipstick part of my lipstick and then melt chocolate into it, and then I can be in class eating my lipstick, not looking like an insane person at all. And I'll be able to eat all the candy I want. The kids just eat that shit up. They love it. And I'm like, you guys are never going to try any of these hacks.
Yeah, they're going to try that and burn the house down.
Right. Oh, yeah. And they would too. They'd be like, hey, Dad, I melted a little bit of candy and now the entire house is burnt. Oops. Are you mad?
Are you mad? Don't be mad.
Like, no, I'm not mad at all, son. I just want to kill myself. So yeah, it is a terrible thing, man. But they had one episode where it was like set in medieval times. Because again, they do everything. When you run like a 24-hour life hack network, you've really got to run the gamut of life hacks. Yeah, you can't just be like satisfied with ones that make sense.
No life hack unturned. Yeah.
Right, it's just like the 24-hour news cycle now. Like sometimes there's just not anything to talk about, but you got to fill the air.
You got to fill that air.
So just make shit up.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's just make some shit up, and like it'll be fine. No one, because they'll forget about it right after they see it anyway. That's just how it is. But so they had a Renaissance episode or a medieval, kind of episode, and it inspired my children to ask me and mostly ask their mother, honestly, to take them to a Renaissance fair because they know I don't want to go to that shit. Oh my
God.
So this past weekend, Fred, we took the 2-hour drive into the middle of nothing to go to a Renaissance fair. And it was a time to behold. It was a time of merriment, Fred, a time of joy, a time before the trappings of modern society existed, a time when there were serfs and kings.
Serfs and kings.
Yes. And guess what, Fred? What? If you were a serf and you went there after you paid the extreme amount of money to get in, even if you were a king and you went there, by the time you left, you were someone's servant because everything cost $1,000.
Are you serious?
Everything cost $1,000. So they're like, hey, come check out, because they have shops. They have thousands of shops. It feels
Yeah.
like. All it is a field. And now I will give them credit. They have built these structures like, I mean, they're like medieval looking buildings, so which is cool.
Yeah.
But all of them are just shops. And they're like, do you want to buy a mask? And I'm like, yeah, let's look at the masks, because masks are cool. Thank you for that, for Alan, very much.
Yeah.
But and I was like, yeah, let's check out the mask. And I'm like, so how much is this like not that great mask? It's like, it's fine, And they're like, oh, that one's $365.
Shut up.
I said, well, why though? Like, well, it's leather. And I'm like,
It's made out of
okay, that's not the answer.
I mean, is it made out of human skin leather?
Yeah.
It was like, that's what I'm there. Like, was it like handcrafted? And they're like, no, not really.
No, it's
My lord.
My lord.
Did they speak like that? Did they actually
No, well, so there was an utter lack of that, and that kind of broke my heart.
Yeah.
I'd never been. This was a huge Renaissance. There were probably 10,000 people there. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
It was humongous. Like it was slam packed.
Yeah.
From ass to nips the whole way. And I mean, there were a couple of sections where you could kind of step off and people weren't as like crowded. But I mean, they had like an arena for the jousting, and that shit was full. Both sides of it was full. There were lines, like, groups of people standing outside watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. That part was cool.
Yeah.
But like, you couldn't get a seat or anything. Like, you had to get a seat. Like,
we
2
are the
hours
champions at the end and all that.
No, because it was medieval times, Alan. But what they did do is they tricked my kid.
Like they did that.
Well, that was a great movie. But so they tricked my kid, my youngest son. We bought, of course, Fred. Now, what do you think as like a kid, a young child, you would want to get at a Renaissance fair, like as a souvenir? I mean, the answer to this. I think everybody does.
I don't know, a mace,
like
or
a weapon of some sort, right?
Yeah, a sword.
Yeah, a sword, or So we went straight to the Penny. My daughter went straight to the fairy booth to get some fairy shit, because I mean, she's a girl, which I get that. And so we went straight to the sword area.
Yeah,
and like not the real sword area, because the real sword area, the swords were $850 each.
Jesus.
Yes, and they weren't that great. They were fine. I've seen them in the mall.
It was a wooden sword covered with tinfoil.
It was. They had hammers, and so my youngest son's like, "Oh, a Thor's hammer, Dad. Can I get that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's $743." No, absolutely.
No, son, you can't pick it up. You're not worthy.
No, don't touch it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of don't touch that.
You're not worthy, son.
So they get a sword. Well, my youngest gets a sword and a shield, and then my other son gets like a big sword, and it was like $70, which is a lot for pieces of wood. But right before, yeah. So my son's like, "I want a helmet, Dad." I'm like, "You're not getting that. You got what you got. That part is over now. We have already like the buying, like
the money part is
over." Well, you would hope it's not, and so the guy's like, "Oh," and he did do he's like, "Oh, my lord, if you like quest for the king, you'll be rewarded in coin, and don thyself a new helmet," or whatever fucking shit. And I'm like, "Derek, dude, you didn't. Why would you come on, Sir Derek, or whatever your fucking name is." And so, like, the whole time, my kid's like, my youngest son is like, "Where do I get the coins to get the helmet?" So we like go do some shit. Everything is like $10 a pop, like to go do any rides or anything.
Damn.
And one of the rides, because the kids do like this bouncy ride. He can't do that, the youngest. So I'm like, let's go through this maze. Yeah. Like this maze, it's got to be cheap, because I mean, it's literally just walking around.
Yeah.
And and the maze is like, oh, I swear, the lady out front is like, "Find the king's gold, and you'll get it," like right after the other guy. And I'm like, "Oh, you motherfuckers! Like, this is not helping." So we walk into the maze. It's like $4, which was the cheapest thing all day long.
Yeah.
And we like walk into the maze, and immediately there's someone standing on top, like up in the air behind us, and they throw a bunch of fucking gold doubloons at me, and like they hit everywhere. And I was like, "What the fuck? Oh my god!" And then like, "Oh," and so my son's like, "Dad, I found the king's coins. Let's go get a helmet." And I'm like, "It doesn't work that way." Like, and so he kept the whole time, like all about these coins. Like, "I'm gonna find the coins. I want to find the coins and get my helmet." And I'm like, "This is the most disappointing Renaissance fair for you, man." And I mean, he was they got they got the traditional. One thing I will say about the Renaissance Fair that that brings it back just a little tiny bit is, of course, they had a huge refreshment area, which was busy, but it moved fast. Right. I think they were just slapping shit out all day.
But they said turkey legs.
Yeah, they had turkey legs only at $12 for the leg of a turkey. And so, of course, one of my sons is like, I'm getting a turkey leg. And then my wife is like, I'll get one too. And so they bring these two fucking turkey legs are so big.
You should have asked them, what you going to pay for them with Roblox? Roblox money?
I was like, we can own. I said, son, we could have owned land in this fucking motherfucker if you wouldn't have spent that. I'm like, we could have set up a shop and made some money finally. Yeah. But no, now we're poor. Now I have to go clean the latrines from a master just to get a fucking soda pop. But so they got those, and then the other kids got chicken, the traditional Renaissance food of chicken nuggets and fries, which obviously was a huge hit back then. And so they got all that shit, and then I was like, I'm not really that hungry, so we go sit down because I know I have known these people for so long, ain't a damn one of them finishing that turkey leg. There's no way, no way. So they both get about a third of the way through it, and they're like, yeah, I don't want this anymore.
Oh, my
And I'm like, yeah, no one wants 4 pounds of smoked meat on a fucking bone. It's been God knows when it was actually made.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't care. They taste good. So they're like, here, Dad, you eat them. So I get one, then I get the other one. A few minutes later, I get the other one, and I'm eating this turkey legs, just walking around the Renaissance era, yelling at my kids to not touch shit, holding fucking these turkey legs. Can someone give me a drink because I can't put these turkey legs down?
Put the drink in my mouth. Please.
Yeah, just pour it in my mouth. Pour the traditional food drink of the Renaissance Fair, Pepsi Cola products. Please pour them into my mouth. So I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad. Did they sell alcohol? They did. They sold a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
They had wine, champagne, mead, and beers as well.
Really?
And you could just smoke because it's North Carolina. So you could just smoke your cigarettes right in the middle of a crowd of children. And that was cool that a lot of people did that. A lot of people did that.
Hey, man. It's
I mean, I get it.
It's North Carolina, man.
That's but that was the thing. But dude, when I was, as a former smoker, I would always try to get away.
Try to get away from the kids
because that just seems. I mean, just people in general. Because I'm like, that's not your thing.
Right? Yeah,
my thing. And I don't want to be near any of you people. Just period.
Yeah,
but also not right now.
To judgmental eyes on me.
Right, just looking at me and my smoke and saying, "Oh, look at that smoke." So we got there. We did everything. We walked through. They had shows and everything, which those are kind of cool, but crowded, so we didn't really get to do them. And then they ate. So they ate the chicken. They ate a little bit of turkey stuff. The kids ate the chicken nuggets and fries. And then my wife is she's every 3 seconds. My wife, every 3 seconds, someone has to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Of course, because that's what always happens. As soon as one of them gets back, the other one's like, "Now I have to go."
They should have had the real latrines though.
They did have the real latrines. Essentially,
really,
they had little towns made out of porta potties, and I'm not shitting you when I say this. 15 porta potties, in a little cove,
in a row,
wrapped around. And you just go in, and it's gents and gals or some shit.
Yeah.
And so, and they were terrible. They were just, I mean, what do you expect? Renaissance people didn't eat great at the Renaissance. Let me just tell you that. But and they also apparently did not know how to aim their shit. So, but that's the standard. I feel like people go crazy at
I got most of it in the bowl.
Exactly. Yeah, essentially, yes. And they're real proud of that. They're real proud of that. I feel like that dude who I met at the gas station was probably at the Renaissance Fair too, and he's like,
"Hey, buddy,
hey, you ain't speaking the Queen's English, bitch.
Nobody speaks Old English anymore.
That's right. Ye don't speak the Queen's tongue nevermore, sire." Or some shit. And tire, why not? But yeah, so we got that. We got to enjoy. There was a really impressive guy. He was doing a speech. He was telling a story about Romeo and Juliet, but he would flip the words, the letters of the words, so everything was all perverted. And it was really funny. He would be I'm trying to think. I can't even think of some of the stuff.
Homeo and
oh, she said like he was gonna say he drank from what was it? Like the royal something about the royal palace or the
flagon.
Oh, he visited. What was it? Oh, he visited like the fancy royal palace, but it came out like he visited the rancy royal phallus, like a wiener. And then he'd like pause, like, hey,
pause for applause, clap for laughter.
And like, I thought it was funny. I was like, that's pretty funny. Like, that's pretty good. And I mean, props to him for being able to like say that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
There was this lady like behind me, and she was like, I don't know what the fuck she was on. I've never heard anyone laugh so much in my entire life. Like, she was just, every word she was just cracking. And her boyfriend's like sitting there beside her, like, oh Jesus. Like I could see you because I kept looking back, like this lady is into this shit. Like this is her shit.
Do it again.
Yeah. She's like, oh, he said, yeah, he put the words around, honey. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah, exactly. She's like, every time. She's like, no one speaks English anymore, honey. It's so funny. Like, so that happened. And then of course the thing about the Renaissance Fair, Fred, is you get a real Renaissance experience in certain things where you stand in line a lot. It's kind of dirty, which is probably about what it was like. And of course, you enjoy what they call the spoils of the land, Fred. Which in the case of the Renaissance Fair we went to was gluten-free cheese pizza. I'm like, where is this? Like, it's the most random shit that gets me. It gets me.
Gluten-free.
They also had mermaids there. They had like two mermaids. One mermaid, she was just there. And then so they sold around? Yeah, I want to know. Well, obviously not walking around, but just a mermaid. But I will let you guess. They sold mermaid clothing. Like you get a mermaid tail and like a mermaid top and like a mermaid hat. I don't fucking know, not a hat, but merman. You know, the traditional, the classic mermaid hat, Fred. Yeah, all mermaids wear. But so you could get this stuff. Would you like to take a guess on how much a tail and a top would cost you, Fred, if you bought it at the Renaissance Fair?
$200.
You would be significantly wrong. Any guess, Alan?
Since you said that, about $800.
Yeah, tweet the show at twitter.com/BLC World. Tell us how much you would pay, and I'll tell the guys in the break, and we'll spoil it. No, honestly,
how much you gonna pay for a mermaid?
Almost $1,000, like $970.
Shut up.
So man. I went and I got Jack, and I was like, Jack, come here. I said, look at these prices. This is ridiculous, isn't it? And he was like, man, that's expensive for a mermaid tail and a bra, like a top. And I said, yeah, I said, it's funny. Those two things, we could get the fanciest ones they have. They add up to about $975. And he was like, oh, really? And I said, yeah. If only I had $975 to dispose of. Happy. Yeah. To save your poor ailing sister's life. Yeah. With mermaid legs or whatever. Then he was just like, and of course he's like, Dad, damn it. I'm like, you got you again, son. Yeah, get ready for this for the next 13 years of your life. Yeah. Until I die. Until I die because you killed me because I made one too many jokes. About the $900 you owe me, But yeah, dude. No, all in all, it was honestly Roblox it was fun.
In his ass.
Oh, dude, Roblox. He's gonna end up like I don't even know what he's gonna end up doing. I hope he ends up like in some way working for the Roblox Corporation.
Get my money back.
Yeah, gives me my money back somehow. Yeah. I'll be 85 years old and he'll be like, Dad, I brought you, here's 27,000 Robux or whatever.
I just hacked into the Robux mainframe computer.
Got you that $900 back, Dad. I'm going to go to jail for 35 years.
Dad. Yeah.
Like, you'll have to come visit me at, Arkham Asylum or whatever, but or whatever it is, whatever the prison is. What's that one? Rikers Island. There you Rikers. Go. I was having to think of my SVU days. But yeah, so all in all, though, it was a good time. Like, it was expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And we really didn't get any of our money's worth. But my daughter got to see a mermaid and take a picture with her. That was exciting. And they got to ride a camel, which don't know where they got a camel. But they had one. They had two, actually. They had two. Because it was and they would walk the camel. Because we're in North Carolina. And for the listeners around the world that don't know, North Carolina is essentially woods. Like the whole state that they haven't cut the woods down. It was just woods.
Yeah, woods and mountains.
Yeah, and we're kind of in the Charlotte area, so we're not like it's pretty much just woods. And but they walk down this like camel path where I'm like, oh yeah, of course, because camels always walk through the woods.
Camel path.
Yeah, it's like a camel, and it wasn't even like it was like literally.
Nah, those were moose. They just cut the
75 feet.
horns off them.
No, they were absolutely camels. Those motherfuckers were not happy to be there. They like camels already looked pretty bummed out.
It's fucking cold here. It's cold.
Yeah, well, that was it. I was like, this camel.
I'm a desert animal. It's cold.
Right, like why am I in the woods? And why are these things on my back?
Why are these trees?
Yeah, what are these things? I just want some water and to walk around like a camel.
Yeah, it's too much water. Yeah.
So that was great. And then on the way home, I had a guy who got real mad at me because apparently he thought I cut him off in traffic. And like yelled at me, like, okay, flipped me off a bunch, honked at me a bunch. This is like in the span of 75 feet,
dude.
Friend, like at a red light. Honked at me, then like pulled up beside me, stuck his head out the window as it like screaming at me as he drove by, and then like flipped me off a bunch more. And I'm like normally I would be angry, but I was like, I was too like impressed with his dedication to road rage to be mad. Like, and if he's listening, sorry about that, buddy. I did that like the sorry hand when he started. Like when he started, I was like, hey, sorry about that,
Yeah.
But apparently that wasn't enough for him. He wanted blood.
Dude. Yeah, dude. People are insane nowadays, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, road rage.
They go crazy over road rage, man.
Well, I think we've talked about it before. Like, I have at times gotten a little, let's say, agitated with someone's type of driving that they've decided to execute. And I may have said a word or two, but I can't do that anymore with the kids in the car. So I have to call everyone dum-dums all the time. And I'm like, hey, you dum-dum. What? you silly dum-dum. You mother dum-dum. How dare you piece of candy. I'm going to kill you. Like, I can't get over that. No, because I'll be like, you dum-dum.
You stupid piece of candy.
Move the car with the light screen. You silly friend of mine. And the kids are like, Daddy, he's not a good driver. And I'm like, Daddy isn't either. He almost got murdered on the way back from the Renaissance Fair. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Listening to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Welcome back, I guess, to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Fred's still here. Not really. He's muted. Alan's here. Now we're back. Welcome back to the 65th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Proudly presented on Pop Culture Pros Network. How's that? Follow us on Facebook at BLC Podcast or on Twitter at twitter.com/BLC World. Of course, you can also follow us at blcpodcast.com, our Instagram at BLC Podcast, or on Patreon, which just look it up, I guess. Like, nobody's about it. Dave is never gonna. What were we were saving money for Dave for something for that, and I can't remember what it was, but he's not getting anything.
Dave is lost on Amazon somewhere.
We have, when you have hundreds and thousands of listeners, you think one of them would give a dollar. Just $1. I will give it.
Yeah, give it back to yourself.
Yeah, like, oh, look at that. Now I have to split it 3 ways. 4 ways if you count management. So, management. Pay $1 to get a quarter. Welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. So, speaking of America, Fred, it's now time for everyone's favorite new segment. It's not new anymore because we've done it a bunch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting on Alan to play the music.
There he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Fred Lines.
Fred Lines News.
Fredline, and that was
Animal Care. What? Yes.
Fredline News is sponsored by Bang Bros.
Still got those.
What's Fredline News? News
Oh
bit
my god.
number one.
So, oh my god, I lost it. Okay.
These news bits are so hot, they're popping off the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Animal care service officers in California respond to a shopping center where bystanders had directed a loose donkey found wandering in the roadway. Witnesses say the people could be heard screaming, "Get your ass out of here!"
I knew it was coming, but it was still work. No, let me ask you a question, Fred. Because if I remember correctly, the last edition of Fredline News that we did may have also included a number of stories about animals. So is this becoming like Fred's vet?
It's not strictly about animals.
I mean, I get that animals are entertaining, and they're more entertaining than a guy who like cut his own wiener off. But
I don't know about that.
In a way, it's more entertaining. A little bit, but not really.
Whoa. Who cut their penis off?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody did. I assume.
That guy did it.
That guy? Okay.
Yeah, it was that guy.
Have you never been to a Renaissance fair? That's most of the shows are just people cutting their own penis off for the Lord.
For the Lord.
My Lord. Here's me wanker, my Lord.
Here's me wanker.
For your pleasure.
I cut my own flagging off.
Right. Oh, where's me your mushroom tip? Or something. I'm sure it was something stupid like that. I should look up, Alan. You need to look up. That should be your job for next week, is to look up as many names, like as many old English nicknames for penises as you can. I'll let it ruin your algorithm, not mine.
Mine's already ruined.
I said it has ruined mine. That's right. The old licorice whip. Is licorice a thing?
Licorice whip.
You know what my favorite? Okay, you know what my favorite euphemism for like a penis is, though. Seriously, it always will be. Is the purple-headed yogurt slinger. Someone said that to me once. I was probably like 17 years old, and I was like, "That's the most profound fucking thing I've ever heard in my life." And I was like, "Wow, that was a lot of work to get to that." So anyway, it's a lot of work to get to something. How about Fredline News, Fredline number 2?
All right, here's one not about animals. Doctors in Italy share details of a recent brain surgery during which the patient remained awake and playing the saxophone.
Damn.
How about that?
That's pretty amazing.
How about that? The 35-year-old patient, only identified as GZ, was kept awake and playing his saxophone during the 9-hour surgery to remove a tumor from his brain.
Did you say
GZ?
GZ.
Identify him as GZ. GZ. Was it young GZ? It was
GZ.
Kenny G. I guarantee it was Kenny G. Who else plays the saxophone? And potentially has suffered brain damage up to now. So did he made it? Kenny G?
Yeah, he made it. Yeah, he made it. They just they removed the tumor or vascular malformation.
Sure.
And
it's not a tumor.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a tumor.
Like,
it is a tumor. Get the tumor out.
It's not a tumor.
Get the tumor out.
I feel like Kenny G's like, hey fellas, it's not a tumor. We're just gonna pop it right out of your head. No biggie.
Not a tumor.
If only I had a sax. If only I had my baritone sax with me or my jazz sax.
I got my flugelhorn if you want that.
There you go. I've got my ladies wand, if you will. Back to anyway. I just made that one up and I like it a lot. So anyway, Fred, he tell us more about GZ.
He made it easy. He had it's a guy. He had a mass on his
Okay. Oh, I thought you had like a punchline
brain.
as you know. That was just straight
Oh
news,
no,
man.
no.
Okay, I was
I
expecting
guess
like
that was
I
just
wanna
straight
hear-
news. I mean,
Okay, that's fine.
this,
Let's think of a
the
punchline
guy
for it.
said. The guy said when asked how did he feel about being kept awake and playing the saxophone, he said it blows.
There you go. Did you just come up with that off the top of your head?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah.
That was great. Good job. Good job. I was thinking they would have asked him about it and he would have said, "Oh, this was the best way for me to get ahead in my music career." Thank you, Alan.
Hey, which might work. His album's gonna be like.
I'm saying, dude, his album's gonna be like burp, 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 brain damage. I heard of them like where I saw like a violinist who had brain surgery and she like played her violin the whole time.
Really?
I guess it doesn't. I guess you can't feel like.
How do you do that? That's
Well, the reason they
Silence of the
I don't know how you play
shit.
violin.
the reason
I
they
have no
do it
idea
is
how
so
you play
they won't when they're doing the surgery,
Right.
it knows it won't affect that skill. So in other words,
Right.
but
But what if they do like? I mean, what happens if they like? Do
Yeah, they're digging around in
Would
there.
they do it different if I was a violin? Would say would they do it different if I was a violin guy?
Oh, this is the violin part of the brain. We can't go there.
yeah, don't cut the violin. There's the violingus.
If you weren't a violinist, then tell them you were. If you were
This guy, they're like, don't cut off the saxophonicus.
Yeah. You're one, but you're not. And they put you in there with the saxophone and you're like,
fucking young.
Like, we've ruined the whole brain. That'll be great. Like, I'm a great accordion player.
Yeah.
Like, we've ruined him, sir. It's just like the Family Guy that you used to have to learn like just the beginning of a song.
Yeah.
Like this just the start of like the first half of a song. And then you just wing it. And like that way they think you're like, okay, he's got it. He's doing really good. And it's like, oh, down the hill. You just learn just enough.
I remember the first time we went to SeaWorld, they had a guy like before the whale show, they had a guy like entertain the audience. He was playing saxophone and he was doing good. He started out great and he was playing, and then he lost it. Like he I was like, oh shit. But then he caught it again and he brought it back and he started jamming. I was like, okay.
Okay. Maybe he's just playing jazz. See, that's the thing with music, especially like that. You can just be like, it was jazz.
Yeah. Nah,
Like,
this
it's
was
supposed to sound
like he
terrible.
was playing popular tunes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you play the song, you know what he's playing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But he lost it. He brought it back. Yeah.
All I ever played is Margaritaville. And, what was it? We're going out today. What was the one from Club Dread? Or the you know what I'm talking about? And what Pina Colada Berg?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
The Pina
no.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen? Okay, that's a great movie. Was it? Yeah, Club Dread. Yeah. Anyway, so all right, Fred. So what's Fredline News number 3?
Number 3.
Still Fredline News, sponsored by Bang Bros. Always.
We're going back to animals.
I knew we would. 'Cause we never left.
Fat Bear Week celebrates the Boki Bruins of Alaska. So evidently, there's a park in Alaska who they have a Fat Bear Week.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? They get all these fat bears and they vote on them. Yeah.
Like, may the fattest survive. They put a salmon, they hang a salmon from the middle of the room. And then there's only one fat bear. They crown fattest bear.
They have a tournament. It's a week-long Fat Bear Week tournament.
Is this bears like burly gay dudes or like bears?
No, these are like real bears.
Okay, just want to make sure.
No, it's not gay dudes.
Not burly gay dudes. Like, okay. Well, you're telling me tournaments, and I'm thinking, you know.
Like, I was trying to look up if they had any names, but they just number them. That's crazy. You've got Bear 335 versus Bear 164.
Oh,
that should be a good matchup. That should be a good good.
We know
matchup.
who
No,
sponsors Bear 666.
Yeah,
Maybe later we can get them on the show, but I don't know how that's going to work. So what do they do? What's the content? Like, see who's fatter?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they have a Flickr page. They have a Flickr page. It's I can't say it. Kanami, maybe Kanami National Park.
Sure.
In Alaska.
Spell it for the radio listeners at home.
Katmai. Katame. Yeah, Katame.
I don't speak Australian or Alaskan. See, that's the problem, Fred. There's no national parks to speak English anymore. No.
They don't speak English anymore.
No, the fat national parks, the fat bears don't speak English anymore. That's what's ruining this country, Fred. Go on, please. That's a fat bear.
So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I thought I had some more information, but
I just want to know what they pit. Is it a weight thing or is it like?
No, you go in and vote. You go in and vote
for the fattest bear.
For the fattest bear, or what bear that you like. That I don't even think they don't even have poundage on these animals.
Oh, see, if they don't have stats, this is
like, yeah, they don't have stats.
How am I gonna bet on this? How are we gonna run this in Vegas? They don't have stats for these fucking bears. It's all a setup.
Yeah, they don't.
The old Alaskan Husker Du.
I guess last year, Bear 747 won the championship.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course he set up from the beginning.
I believe so too. I believe he bought the judges off.
Yeah,
he bought the judges off with salmon.
Bear 747 is backed by airplane manufacturer Boeing.
Yeah.
Like 747, we got to get that word back in the news, baby. We're building right. You know they were back. They skydropped some shit like in Hunger Games. That's probably what they did. They're like, find 747. And they flew a fucking drone. They just dropped a bunch of fucking sandwiches down there for him.
Big Winnie the Pooh tubs of honey.
And the cocaine.
And the cocaine.
So that he could eat it faster and get ready for the fucking fight of his life. Yeah. See, we get to the bottom of shit. Fred's Conspiracy Corner never leaves the show, gentlemen.
Never leaves.
And English-speaking bears, if you're listening. We're English-speaking bears.
Yeah, Yogi.
I almost went to Florence and got Yogi Bear's fried chicken. I tried to convince him instead of going to the Renaissance Fair, we go to Yogi Bear's fried chicken. I would have brought you guys a piece of chicken. One piece of chicken.
You just
give me
the skin crumbs.
That's all I want anyway, dude. Oh. If only there was a restaurant that only served chicken skin. And literally nothing else. No drink. Nothing. Oh, wait, guess what, Fred? There was one of those at the Renaissance Fair. Every place you went to only sold one thing. Like all the different booths. So you'd have to like stop and get a drink at the drink booth. Go get like get literally chicken on a stick at this booth, but you couldn't get a drink with the chicken on the stick.
Oh my god,
that was a different thing.
That is terrible,
ridiculous.
I bet you KFC can make a killing doing that, just selling the skin.
They probably have.
Oh
yeah. I bet they could.
People eat pork skin. Like chicken skin.
That's
I like good fried, delicious chicken skin.
Yeah. I like chicharrones.
I got a rash on my arm, and I showed my doctor. She said, "Ooh, that looks like chicken skin."
Said, delicious. You're like, let me gnaw on that for a minute, doc. Sounds like I should fry it up and enjoy it.
What you trying to say?
I was like, "What? Chicken skin?
Not a way. You ruined chicken skin for me.
Chicken skin, yeah.
Like, damn it, Johnson, he's got chickenitis." You have to do brain surgery and cut off the chicken lobe.
But keep him awake. See if he can tell jokes. See if he can tell jokes while he's awake.
You're like, whatever you do, try not to make us laugh. You're like, no problem.
No problem, guys. I got it.
I've been preparing my whole life for this moment. So is there a Fred line? Did we ever finish the Fred line about the Bears? Was there a joke to be had?
Yeah, no, there was. Hey, no, I barely got through it.
No, I gotta give him credit. He's big on his feet. Maybe that is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna insist that. Dude, if you guys go on YouTube, so this week on YouTube, I'm gonna release real quick Fred's stand-up routine from years ago that he did at the Comedy Zone because you killed it, and I tell people about it all the time. Like it kills me that you killed it. But I'm just telling
kills you that I killed it.
Oh, it kills me. And I was like, oh, because again, the thing about comedy is it's funny when it's funny, but it's funnier when it's not funny.
Yeah. Well, when somebody's embarrassing themselves,
right? When someone's like, "Hey," like the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
funny.
My God. It wasn't funny. That was cringeworthy, man.
Right, but when I look back,
cringy.
It was funny. Like now,
dude, damn it, got naked on stage.
He really did.
To try to get
now
away.
He has a show on Netflix.
Yeah, he does.
It's called Naked Waffle House Guy on Netflix. I'm just saying, it's very possible.
He does.
Fred, did I tell you that Fredline News is not only sponsored by Bang Bros?
Oh no,
but it's also sponsored by this week's sponsor of the Black Lincoln Collective is none other than Sky City. Fred. Come to the land of the sky. Sky City. Where you can
I thought you were talking about the real store.
I am talking about the store.
Oh, you are talking about the store.
Yeah, the Sky City, the store, the discount store, was named after the land of the sky, which is in Asheville, which is where they're from. Asheville, North Carolina.
Really? I didn't know.
So we'll ask George. Oh, we're going to have George Lunsford on next week to tell us scary shit about Halloween.
Yeah.
It'll drop on Halloween Day. So get ready to mystify your kids and scare the fuck out of them. Like we will scar your kids next week. I promise.
We're scarring them now.
That's the Black Lincoln Collective guarantee. Yeah, if you're listening now, kids, this is all a dream. Please forget it.
This was all a dream.
So yeah, Sky City, Fred. Sky City was great.
You went there?
Yeah.
Like they still got them?
No, they don't have it.
Oh.
I'm leaving right now.
I was like, yeah, just for the nostalgia.
No, I drove by the Sky City that I used to visit because I was in a part of Greenville where we're from. And I drove by the old Sky City. I had forgotten it was there. But as soon as I saw the building, it flooded back to me.
Right.
Like, oh shit, that is exactly where Sky City is.
Right.
Like, and I knew it. And like, so I looked, and of course now it's like a storage facility.
Well, the old Sky City here in Fountain Inn, where I'm from, it's still there. But now they sell like golf carts out of it. Like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like huge. It's like nothing but golf carts in there.
They sell a lot of golf carts.
I don't know if they sell them or just they have a lot of golf carts.
Golf carts are expensive though.
They are. They're really expensive.
You know what? They're probably in league with the RV parks because like if you live in a big RV park, I will tell you that, Fred. Not to get back to your conspiracy. I don't know if we have any more Fred lines, by the way. If we do,
I got one more, but if you
let's go ahead and do. Well, no, let me go ahead and tell you this, then we'll go to the next.
Okay.
One. So when I was driving up to North Carolina, I did notice some rather significantly sized RV parks, like hundreds of RVs,
right?
Like at least 4 of them.
What kind of flags they was flying?
I didn't drive. I was driving fast. I wasn't trying to. No, I didn't. I had already made eye contact the night before.
You got to look
English dude, and I was like, I'm not even trying to make contact with these RV people just in case.
Yeah,
but that's it. They ride their little golf carts everywhere in their little cities, their little RV cities, with porta potties everywhere. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. Fredline News. Fredline number 4.
Number 4. A pair of Levi jeans dating from 1800 were found in an abandoned mine and auctioned off for guess how much?
Ooh, $48,000.
1999.
$87,400.
I was just thinking, how much would I pay for a pair of jeans like that? And it was like $48,000.
$87,000.
Who bought them? Does it say?
It does not say who bought them. But they do. It does say a doctor.
Dr. Levi.
Dr. Lee.
Dr. Jeans.
Cal Hotner.
Oh.
He must be from Texas.
And Zip Stevenson.
Oh, no, that's a cool name.
Yeah, Zip Stevenson.
Wow, that's a name.
Hotner paid 90% of the price while Steven contributed contributed the remaining 10%.
What? That's not even that much money.
Yeah, he's like $8,000.
$8,700.
If I'd have known, I could have got in on that.
It's just like it's both hours, but we'll keep him at my house.
Well, I was just saying, does he get it like 10% of the time?
Yeah.
Is he like 1 month out of the year? I get the jeans.
I get my kid 2 weeks out of the year.
Right. Like I want the jeans for Thanksgiving this year, Carl or Kyle. Like it's my year.
It's my year.
I want the jeans on their birthday. You always get them on their birthday.
Stevenson, who owns and operates the Denim Doctor repair shop, that's where I got the doctor part from. I'm sorry. In Los Angeles, says the pants were a very rare discovery. These jeans are extremely rare, especially in the fantastic worn condition.
Oh, they're in good shape.
Size. So yeah, they were for being, over what 200 years old.
Bet he put them on.
Yeah, somebody put them on. Oh yeah, they actually do look pretty good. They still got color. There's no holes in them. You know what I'm saying? Like the buttons.
Are you sure they didn't get duped?
Yeah, they probably did. They got these from
they
got this shit from Fashion Nova.
Yeah, right. I mean, 1800s, they didn't have washing machines or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they were in a mine, somebody just took off their jeans. Like they probably started at the place, and they're like, "Here, you can't wear those jeans. You got to wear those skirts."
Yeah, they got gang raped.
Yeah. Very, very possible. Very possible.
The skeleton was still in them.
And what they did is they neatly folded them by the body. Dude, that's
the skeleton was still inside of it. Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a pair of jeans, man.
For a pair of jeans, yeah, man. Come on.
But I mean, go for it.
Hey,
people were shorter back then, so they're probably even less jeans than you would get today.
Yeah, they are. They look kind of tiny.
You said the 1870s?
1880s.
1880s.
Yeah.
Some old jeans.
Some old jeans.
I don't know why that's so surprising. Like, those jeans have been around for a long time.
When your grandfather says he's got good jeans, this is what he's talking about.
Was that your joke on that one?
I guess. I'll try.
2 out of 3. 3 out of 4. I'll give you 3 out of 4. 2 out of 3. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, if you hit 2 out of 3 baseballs, and you would be a very good baseball player.
Have you seen a picture of the jeans?
No. Can you put it up on screen?
I told you,
people at home.
Pretty good jeans.
We're gonna put the.
Man, look at this. It's gonna.
For being 200 years old. For being 200 years old.
Let me see the jeans.
No.
But you said that they didn't have no. They look good.
I gotta look them up now.
They look good for 200 years.
You know what? I wouldn't. Yeah, that 200
It's
years
got a
old.
bullet hole right there.
That's not a bullet hole. That's a rape hole.
It's a rape hole.
And that's fine.
I'm gonna rape her kneecaps.
Back in the 1880s, that's how we did it.
Look at that.
They look short. They look like long jeans, like jean capris.
They're cut off on the ear.
Capris.
They're button top. They got the
stop touching the dick's place on the jeans, Alan.
It's weird. For those at home, Alan's he's using his mouse cursor to rub the wiener part of the jeans because he's a pervert.
Pervert.
Just think about it. Everybody who's ever worn those jeans is dead.
Yep.
Those jeans are cursed.
The cursed jeans.
That's what, dude. Okay, you find something from 1880 in a mine. You don't think that shit's cursed?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the skeleton was probably still in it.
Right. Yeah, they were just probably like, I see they like probably picked him up by the feet and just shook him.
Yeah, they just shook it.
Yeah, just shook it like, new jeans for Steve. Yeah, can't wait to auction these off.
Take his shoes,
They're certainly
too.
not cursed.
They
probably sold.
I didn't even know they had jeans in the 1880s.
Well, yeah, back then. Levi's been around since what, like 1842 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yep.
Let's see.
Look at that. Only one
jeans have
pocket.
been around since 1853.
Look at the belt loop. Is it a belt loop on there?
That's pretty much a belt loop. Well, jeans were different back then, Fred.
Oh, you tied them. You tied them back.
Really, people are not gonna get this jeans related comedy that we're doing right now. But it's high level, ladies. It's like the jazz of comedy.
Google it. Google these old ass jeans. Google these old ass jeans.
Old ass jeans. Or Bing it. Yeah, Bing it. Or was that Duck Duck Go It?
Yeah.
We're sponsored by DuckDuckGo.
Old
apparently.
ass jeans.
So that's Fred's Fredline News. Sponsored by Bang Bros. Bang the headlines.
Bang Bros. Get
Like
banged.
your stepsister. That's every porn now is that. It is so gross.
We're not really sisters. We're not really.
Like one of them is
brothers.
black and one of them is Chinese.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're my sister, bro. It doesn't make any sense. But they love it. They love it. Sponsored by Sky City.
I have heard about that though, but they can't. They have to say step. They can't say
Well, yeah, because otherwise it's
like
gross.
real. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't say they're
Well,
really
they shouldn't. They
brother
shouldn't.
and sister.
Yeah, that's
Right,
great.
because that's a word we're not going to put on the show.
Like that's gross, but step is all right. Yeah,
Yeah, Step's okay.
you know.
Step's all right.
but
You know.
it's
Yeah.
still
Not
it's okay.
blood.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That just shows the divorce, how the pandemic of divorce has affected our country.
The divorce rate is
That
up.
every porn actor has
Yeah.
a stepbrother or stepsister. They have to have sex
Brady
with.
Bunch. The Brady
Oh,
Bunch.
God. Man. I can't imagine how many of
where it all
those
started.
there are.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
3 sons and 3 daughters. They was all fucking.
Oh, my God. So gross. So gross. So gross. So gross. It's weird. All right. Well, I kind of feel like now we should just quit the show. Because, like, I don't.
Marsha.
I feel uncomfortable now that you've brought this whole thing up.
Let's get Jeff back on. Let's get
Hey, Marsha,
Jeff
what you
back
doing?
on. He'd love to.
Shout out to our buddy Jeff if he ever hears this, Jeff.
Jeff.
You're there.
You're there, man.
You are there. You're
You're the man, Jeff. You're the man.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
official.
I'd kill Marsha. He'd be like, I've been just tearing it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, turn it up. Anyway, all right. Well, so I guess we'll get out of here for tonight. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had as good a time as we did.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you next week only on Black Lincoln Collective Podcast, sponsored by Bang Bros. No, wait. On the Podcast Bros Network or Pop Culture Bros Network. Not Bang Bros. Thank you. Say good night, everybody.
Good night,
I'll see you
everybody.
later.
Oh my goodness.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
Oh, what a day. What a motherfucking day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hit. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Stay classy, San Diego.